welcome back. It's Candace. Okay, we are going to start cutting our pages, our base pages for this journal. So, the cover, depending on how much space you want, since I didn't, put anything around it, I'm going to make it 4 7/8 inches wide. So let me come over here and cut this. Like I said, I know we just made a kit with this, but I know Nancy is using this kit, so I wanted to help her with the base of it so she wouldn't have such a hard time. So let me just trim a little bit, and this is when I wish I had a little longer little cutter on here, but that's what I have, so that's what I use. All right, and let me just see where I need to trim here. So we need a marker here and a marker there so we can cut it off over here. All right, just a little bit more, I think. All right, and let's see how that's gonna fit. That's gonna fit just fine on there. All right, I think I might need a hair more. I mean, literally a hair, but it's always better to cut not enough than to cut way too much. All right, so that is going to be our front. And I'm going to go ahead and just trim these right side corners with my little 1/4 inch rounder. Want y'all know, knock on wood, my that plastic glue stuff is still holding. My gosh, they need to sell that plumber's glue in the craft section for us crafters. All right, I'm just going to glue the front. The back's going to be the exact same, so we're not going to worry with gluing the back, but just measure how much you want on the front and just trim your papers. Like I said, it's always easier to have a little extra than to cut too much in the first place. But then, that's what washi tape or the little gold finger stuff is for. That paste, the mat, which I've not found mine yet. So this week I got to get a video ahead, and I'm going to clean this pit all around my desk. Because, I mean, that stuff can't be far. I mean, my gosh, I just do not know what I did with it. Okay. And then we're just going to put it on our front. And it does kind of stick to this plastic sheeny stuff. All right. So there's our little front. And we just get all the air bubbles and squish all the glue. And like I said, after I do this one, then I'm going to do a little Christmas one with the Janie B Journals Cozy Christmas, just so y'all can see something new. But all right, so that's that, and then you'll do the same thing on the front, the same measurements. Okay, and then this is the one I'm using this on the back, so let me just write a little note so I know this is for my back cover. Whoops, didn't write too well on there. All right, and then this one's going to be for my inside cover. So let me just go ahead and do it since we're in here. I know, I'm sorry. I can always put you on pause and not do it. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I just had to make sure, 4 7/8. I got little scrolls to think about, so I got to make sure I'm going to have the same amount on both sides, or as close to it as I can get. Alright, and then I think if we cut right below the scrolls. Oh, and I wanted to tell y'all, I just found out late this afternoon that my brother-in-law passed away. So, they said he passed away at 106. So, he has gone home, I guess they say, and is up in heaven. So, thanks for your extra prayers and love for him. Do appreciate it. But I just wanted to share the update with y'all. I don't have any more details or information. Like I said, not really involved in it. But they did update me, and so I was grateful for that. Alright, now. Okay, let's just ink this up. And on a positive note, Brooke, my daughter-in-law, sent me a little video showing her little tummy with the baby kicking and everything. So, yep. She's definitely going to have an active baby. She said her mom said she was very active most of the day when she was pregnant with her. Now, when I was pregnant with Robert, oh, man. I mean, because we are night owls, and even when he was inside the womb, he was a night owl. He was definitely most active and, I mean, flip-flopping and somersaulting and just whatever they do in there. I mean, I don't know how they move and make all that they do in there, because, man, it's tight spaces, but they sure get it in there. Oh. Alright, so that's our little cover. Like I said, we'll probably go around there, and if I can find, I can feel a little bit of paper on there, on the edge. Let me just trim that, because I can feel it. And it's going to bother me, so let me just make sure it's not on there to bother me. Alright. Excuse me. So this is going to be our first page. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim the top off. And we'll trim the side down. Just a little bit off of there. And then, let's see. My little page, I know, so I got a cheat sheet. It says that 4.5 inches wide. Let me just double check, because, and actually I need a ruler that's not so lumpy bumpy. Okay, so we're going to go 4.5. I'm still sticking to that. So let me see where my 4.5 is. On here. I don't want to cut any hands off. So I think I'm going to have to trim a little and then get to the 4.5. I don't know if y'all can see me, but I just trimmed a little more on this side, and then I backed it back on here. to 4.5, and I'm just going to cut like 1/8 of an inch, not even 1/8, off of there. And then I line it up and see where I'm going to have to cut. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the bottom. I know. See, you don't do it enough, then you kind of forget. Because I don't want to cut my hands off. And I'm kind of feeling like I might just be, because, you know, I want a little of the sides to show. So let me flip it over, and I can tell from here that I'll be okay. But I just felt it move again. So I need to make sure that I'm on this angle. We're going to fold it over, but I need to make sure I'm there. Okay. Where's my sample? Okay. Oh, I did not fold it over, but I am going to trim it on there. So let's cut it on our line. And then when we put it on here, we will have that. All right, so let's glue this on here. It's quiet in here. Everybody ate, so they're having their nighttime nap. I always enjoy it best after they eat breakfast and dinner, because it's quiet time, because their bellies are full. I'm telling you, little girl don't bark half as much when John's home than she does when I'm just here. I swear she does it just because she knows it aggravates me. All right. And then let's glue our little paper on there. And that's the front of one pocket. Like I said, if you're doing a couple of them at a time, you know, just stack a few of your pages together and go ahead and trim the same ones at the same time so you have them all pre-cut and ready to go. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to glue this part in here like that. So when this flips over, you still see part of the main picture. And I'm not inking around anything. I'm doing this non-inked. I know. I just thought I'd be different. I'd go rogue. I'd go out on a limb and not ink it. Alright. But it is amazing how you use the same basic design as far as, you know, a layout, I should say. And, oops. But you use different paper and the journal looks totally different. Is that not the magic of beautiful papers? Come on, my glue is sticking to my fingers today, or my fingernails. Okay, like I said, I just want, oh, my paper had moved. I'm like, I just want a little bit of the paper show, and then, hello. But that was the back paper that had wiggled on it. Okay, and so now that we have our back page glued on, now we can glue these two pages together. So we're only going to glue here and here as far as the pocket goes, but I'm still going to go in here and glue in between the spirals just to keep the two pages together and to help strengthen it. or to reinforce it, strengthen it, you know. Okay, but we're going to run our line of glue down here and down the side. Oops. I think I might need a little more glue. And then we'll just run it just lightly on the side of the holes, just because, you know, it is going to get some wear and tear. Okay, and then the same thing, we're just going to turn it over. We're going to line our sides together. Make sure, whoa, all of our dots, our spirals are lined. Oops, my sleeve caught on it. Sorry, y'all. And just press it down. And that's our little first page pocket. And where's my this? Just want to go in there and get your little seams together. I mean, you don't have to do this. You know, it might catch, but I feel better running something along it just so we have it. All right, so that is our first pocket, which is this one. Okay, now the back, page 2, we're going to put some blank paper on here for writing. So I have this. This is some digital John did. I know, he's been working. He needs to finish those other things and stop playing. Hey, hold on. Hey, John, where are you at with those leaf things? The digitals.
Whenever you're ready to sit down.
Oh, apparently I got to sit down again. I know it's way past leaf time, but they are pretty, and they're going to be very affordable. So you can look at them, and I'm going to print them out and show them to you too. So, but anyway, all right. So 4.5. Okay. Trim the side down, and then we'll see how far. Like I said, if you have one of those pages cutters that go up to at least 7.5 or 8 inches, you won't have to do this step. You can just, you know, automatically cut them off at the, at the 7.5 mark. But I don't. But I am gonna see, because I think the last time I just looked to see how much this was, and that's like 3/4 of an inch, so I don't have to do it. So let's give that a try. Okay, we're going to cut it off at 3/4 of an inch, and then we're going to look and see, so that way I don't have to do this every time. Yep, and then when you make those tabs, it's so much nicer, so you can actually flip your pages. Come on, fingers, work with me, work with me, work with me, babies. All right, so yep. So, cutting off 3/4 of an inch at the bottom will work just fine. Let me write me a little note. 3/4 inch off bottom. Okay, now I know for next time, so I don't have to do this over and over and over again. Oops. Oh, that was a previous oops. That wasn't even this oops. And like I said, this is printed on the 24-pound paper, which is, I call it medium weight, because they have the regular copy paper, which is 20 pounds. I looked it up and I'm remembering it, which is 20-pound weight. And then the next one up, which I use the Georgia Pacific brand from Walmart for my basic copy paper. And then the HP for Hewlett Packard, 32-pound for my heavier digitals when I do it. but I do like the different feel and textures of the different weight paper. I thought this crackly rose would go pretty with this kit. Like I said, when you get here, just be careful. Don't get so crazy into your spirals because you will rip them. Alright, so that was mine. And page 3, which is this one, that we do the little flip. So we're just going to glue the paper down first. Excuse me, then we're going to do our little flip with that. So I need another page, and I think my note said, yes, I was just going to use some more of this rose. So I'm kind of wanting this down here. Okay, so 4.5. And then we're going to cut 3/4 of an inch off. I got scraps of paper falling everywhere. I will pick them up later. Okay, so we have this. Just make sure, yes, it's fitting. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing. I know. So quiet. There's no TVs or nothing on. I mean, the dogs aren't even snoring. I don't even have my heater on. I can't take complete silence. I know it's sad. That's why me and John are total polar opposites. He loves quiet solitude. Me, nope. Drives me a little bit crazy. And trust me, it is a short road lately. Alright, and then let me just walk it down a little bit. Got a little air bubble, had to push it out. Had to burp that baby. Alright, so now isn't that pretty? Alright, and then I wanted to use, I think I'm going to do this one. Nope, too long. Okay, I fibbed. I think I'll use her for our little flip up. Even though she's mighty close to the one in the front, because that's her right there too. So maybe I won't. We might have to come back and revisit that one because, you know, I just now realized, nope. Okay, we're doing base pages anyway. We're not decorating or, you know, extra base pages. So we'll come back and do the ephemera flip. I got the measurements and all that on there, but we'll come back. Okay, so now we're just going to come over here and we're going to, our paper, I've got 3 inches by 7.5 inches tall, and then we're going to do a pocket 2.5 by 7.5 inches tall. And I am going to use this for my little pocket, which I'm going to have to back on some book page. And I was going to use this for the, says small technological, okay, for the small, I have to read my little scribble scrabbles. Alright, so I need 3 inches, so let's cut a 3-inch piece. this looks like it has a smaller border than the other one, so I would rather be safe than sorry, and let me just put a mark on there. So I don't want to have to go print another page. Alright, so we're just going to glue this on here. Let me make sure I didn't even look. Yep, okay, I'm good. Well, I guess I could look, make sure it's recording. Yep, I'm good. Oh. I know I need one of those, like when you go to the doctor's office, they have, if the light, a little sign on there. If the light is red, we're busy, we're on the phone. If the light is green, we're available. Well, that's what my little phone needs to have, a little light. So it says, yes, I'm definitely recording. No, I'm not recording. Turn me on, please. All right, now you just got to make sure when you use this that you got your doves going the right way, because it is directional, even though it doesn't look directional. The little dovies fly one direction. Okay, and then I'm going to use this side. Where do I want? I'm trying to see if I want matchy-matchy. I'm kind of liking this on here, but that might not be, what does it tell me? Nee, 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 nee. 2 inches. Let me just see, because if I do, I don't know, because I didn't, I folded it, I made it bigger than anticipated, but you still wouldn't see it, so I still would be good, because this is looking too yellow against this, and this is what I'm putting on there, so I think I'm going to change my mind, and I'm going with this one. So let's do that, and then we'll measure. I know I skipped a page, but while I'm here, before I forget, y'all saw me count earlier. It's for real. My husband was watching, listening to me. He says, it sounded like you was watching an episode of Sesame Street. I'm like, well, I couldn't count. I kept forgetting. And I could have went a 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, that's that little owl dude. I've done that before, y'all. And then we remembered that 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, shut the door. But I don't remember what's after 9, 10, a big fat hen. I'm going to have to go look up and see if they have 11, 12. Because he said something, I don't even know what it was, something about elves. I'm like, elves? They wouldn't have elves in that thing. I said, that's something that was, year round. You can only use elves during the holidays. He says, well, elves rhyme with 12. So anyway, he made up some saying about elves to rhyme with the 12. Yeah, 11, 12, Candace can't count. That's what it is. Okay. Oops. Make sure your birdie's going the right way. Alright. So now I got my backing paper is what I call it. For that one and that one. Alright. So now, this one says I needed 2.5 inches. Oh, that's not going to work. This one's going to have to be here, and then I'm going to have to put the birdie over here. Okay, so I got to change up the design a little bit. but that's okay. It still goes together. So I need a 2.5-inch wide. Oops. Well, I can't lose my my little wreath, so it might be a little wider than 2.5. Let me see. See, because when I cut it, I want this little wreath in here. So let me see how wide it's going to be when we're, because I got 2 3/4. Let's see how. That's fine. We're going to be good with 2 3/4. Okay, let me cut the bottom because I want that. And then we'll see how tall we need it before we cut it. Alright. So now I need to get some book page to put behind it so we can strengthen it up. Man, me and this glue. It just wants to stick to me. I guess that's why they call it stick to you like glue. Because that stuff does stick to you. Stick like glue. Oops. Yeah, well, we're going to be going over. Okay, so got to glue it on our little book page. I know my table's starting to wobble again. There. Nope. One of my little feet underneath it is obviously on a piece of scrap paper or something that's fallen underneath there, because it is definitely making that noise again. I'm going to give this a few minutes to set up so I can put a finger punch thumb hole thingy in it. Try just a hair more. Alright, so now that we've glued this on here, we could technically just go ahead and glue it, but I want to go ahead and put my pocket on here. So let me see. Let me trim on the very edge of that scroll. And then we'll see where we have to. Sorry, little Lammy. I cut his face off. Oh gosh, y'all call me Gail. She does chop off some poor little babies. Oh, but he's okay. It's just fine. Sweetness. His little nose is wrapped around there. He's snuggling. Y'all remember that commercial with that woman who couldn't see and that little raccoon's on there, and she's like, "Come snuggles with mama." John always says that. Like when we had that possum outside, and we thought it was a cat, and he was like, "Yeah, it was one of those come snuggle with mama's moments." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "I thought it was one of the cats." I was like, "Oh my gosh." Oops, I just took a little more of the baby's face off. Sorry. Alright, I'm going to have to trim. Let me see what I'm working with, because I'm going to start. I don't want to lose my scroll and stuff, so This is 1, 2. Well, if let me go it the right way with the right measurements and words. So 3 and not quite 3/8. Okay. All right, we're gonna start trimming down so we could be even. Oh, poor little lammy. All right, and not quite 3 3/8. So let's see if this is enough or if I've got to trim a little bit more. Nope, I think I'm good. All right. We have that. Put this pin up before it gets in my way. Some more. All right, let's see if I can find that mark. Don't lose the mark. There. All right, and then we're going to glue him on. My paper's curling. It's bothering me a little bit. Okay, I'm better. Do, 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 do. Okay, and we're just gonna put it on there. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over just so I can swipe the back a little better. Don't get too close to the things. Okay, now let me look at my sample. Oh, yep, I cut it out too. Okay, well, while that's drying for a minute, we're gonna, this is dried up, so I'm gonna measure it so I can get my hole in the middle. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't get the birdie. I've already got one little baby. Let's not get two. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my big hole punch so I get a wider thumb hole. Oh, I want to ink it so bad, but I'm not. I'm holding myself back. Okay, and then we're going to glue around the sides, our 3 sides, to make a pocket. And then we're going to put it on. Oops, I got to see better this way because I want it to be straight. Okay, and let me smoosh it gently up against the spiral. And there we go. There's one of your pockets. And then on here, we're going to do the same thing. Let me measure my middle. And then, oh gosh, we're just taking this little lamb out altogether. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best picture to use for this pocket. Sorry, y'all. All right, so we're going to glue our pages together and make our pocket. So, hey, Nancy, don't use this this image for this design. It'll make you a little sad. Okay, and then we're just going to glue the side and this side, and then just a hair by the holes so it keeps them together. And then we're gonna line our holes up in our sides, which I've got glue coming out because, you know, it was a little wonky. And my bottom, my little holes weren't lined up very good. So luckily I had a little bit of playtime with that glue. And then let me just run this down here. And this side will get firmer when we glue the next page on the back. And then let me just come in and get these. Right, and then we open it up and we've got those two pockets. Okay, so number 6, it says blank for writing. So when, like I said, when we get another page glued on there, it will be firmer. So I have, let me put my hole puncher up so I have a little room. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Oops, I got 2 pages. Good thing I looked. Oh, that would have been horrible. Okay, and this is, let me just make sure. See, I'm just second guessing myself. It's definitely 4.5. I think I like that side better. I know, let's be picky on the line papers. Okay, so 4.5. Alright, and let's see, because I want to keep the top to be a little, you know, like on regular paper. But I want that, so I want to cut it off right here, which will make me cut this off right there. I know, more cuts, but I want it to balance a little more. Okay. All right, and that should go right there. So let's glue that on. I better check my time because I did not reset my timer. Oh, good gosh. Oops. All right, let me check my time. 44 minutes, so that will give me okay. All right, now number 7. Okay, number 7. We are going to do a crisscross. Oh, that should take the rest of our time up. All right, so I have this on here because I figured doing the crisscross wouldn't be so so hard, and if we did like this, then we would still get our flowers in there. So let me just double check. I know, I'm so glad I kept one of these. Alright, that's exactly what I did. Okay, so let's trim our side. And then we're going to cut it at 4.5. Ooh, that didn't... I don't think this side was straight. I got a little white on there. Let me put it back on the measuring block, and yep, had just a hair. All right, now, and then let me cut the bottom. And let's see what my little notes say. Okay, my little note says, okay, the dash and dot lines are hidden behind the front papers. So you don't see this, but we're still cutting here, and then this lays on top of it. So if we have this back here, but on my other one, if I do here and go shiksha bunka bunkas, then it leaves me with that there. Okay, so this Chris front pockets was 4.5 wide by 4 inches tall. Okay, so we're going, it says we are 4 inches on this side. I know now I'm going to use this thing. So we were 4 inches on this side, and we're going to cut down to 1.5 inches tall over here. So then we're going to measure to 1.5 here. So we're going to cut from here down to there. Okay, to get our crisscross front pocket. Okay, so that leaves us, we have this, and then this is going to be our pocket that we put on front. So we still kind of look like we have, you know, that design. Now, if you don't want to make a crisscross, doing like this is just perfectly fine. So, but if you want to do a crisscross, we're gonna make a crisscross out of, hold on, I didn't get my paper in line for this. Where's my polka dots? Oh, shoot. Wasting time, y'all. I'm wasting time. Oh, good grief. I thought I had them all in order. Oh, see, there you go. That was my whole problem. I thought. There they are, right back there in the back. I thought this would be pretty as a little pocket in the background. So you saw what I did on here. I measured at 4 inches here, and then to 1.5 inches there, and then I cut across from the 4 inch to the 1.5, so that was the size of my pocket. And then what we have left over, we're going to glue to the back. Okay, so let's glue this onto some paper, which I might have to get another piece of paper from the book because I've used all my backing paper. Oh, those are like, uh-oh. Hold on, I'm ripping some paper out of a book. I have a spine that is a little bit old. Okay. Alright, let's glue this on here. So that way it can set up and dry a bit. And then we'll trim our other polka dot piece. Or whatever other... Oops. I felt that it was going to take a minute. Or whatever coordinating piece you want to go for your crisscross pocket. Okay. Give that a minute to sit. And then this one says we're going to cut 3/4 right here down to 1.5 down here. And it's going to be 4.5 inches tall. So we're going to cut it at 4.5 because we know that's how wide our page is. And then let me trim the white off. And then we're here. Oops. Let me just go ahead and glue this in here. I know, before I forget. And I'll be gluing stuff in the wrong spot. Thinking this is attached and it's not. And then stuff will be moving and it will not be good. Okay, oops. Let's get this in here, or on here, I should say. My finger stuck. All right, now that's on there. Oops. Easy, Candace, easy. Okay, so it claims I'm supposed to go 4.5 inches tall. Which, okay. Let me measure my little, that's exactly what it looks like. So, yep. Okay, so we're going to make a square out of here. We're going to cut it, it's 4.5 inches wide. So we're going to cut it 4.5 inches tall. All right, so that's our square. Now it says we're going to go 3/4 to 1.5. And I think because of these dots, I want to trim just a hair. That little bit's not going to hurt, but since we have those dots, that extra space up there is just off balancing to me. Okay, so let me flip it over, and we're going to go 3/4 of an inch up here to 1.5. I know you can't see me, but I'm measuring. Okay, so we're going to go from 3/4 here down to 1.5 on here, and then when we flip it over, we're going to have our cut that way. And we're going to have to glue this one too and let it dry. Oops. Follow your little marks. Okay, so this is going to be this pocket, which is behind, and then this one here, which we got to cut out, which is going to go on top. So let me, I know, I'm going to use my scissors. Told you, gone rogue today. No inking, and I'm using scissors. Okay. Oh, y'all want to ink so bad, but I'm not. I'm doing it naked. So we're going to put that on top. So that's what it's going to look like. So when you see this, it says the dashes and dot lines shows this pocket, which would probably even been prettier with another ooh, see, I think I talked myself into doing it with another flower. Okay, we'll save this for another one. I like that. So where was I again? Okay, it's 4.5. Let me see, am I by chance 4 inches tall? Oh my gosh, so close. Okay, so my pocket's on the left, so I want to cut it off over here. So we see those flowers, 4.5 wide by 4 inches tall. Ooh, wait a minute though. If I do 4 inches tall, I'm going to lose the bottom of my flowers, and I want some flowers. So we want to, I want to cut it so I don't lose all my flowers. Okay, so we are 4 inches here. All right, so this is what we're going to have. Yeah, I like that much better. All right, and then it said back here, I'm 4 to 1.5 inches tall on here, so I want to cut it down to here. Uh-oh, I had that back on something else. Well, shoot. Okay, so now I'm going to go from this corner to my 1.5 inch mark there. Boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to have to re-glue it. But I kind of like how that looks better, because before all this blended in too much. And so now, all right, so now we got to back both of these on some paper. Oop, that's not going to work, but it'll work that way. Let me see. That will work that way, and I can use, okay, so we're going to glue this on. Even though this is on 32-pound paper, I still want the extra book page back there. Ooh, I should have brought some water. I'm thirsty. I know. Just talking out loud. Okay. And then we'll just stick this on here. So we use less of the paper. And we'll have some more to back something else with. Okay, and then we'll glue this one onto here. And then we'll have a crisscross pocket. And I stuck my finger right in the glue again. It's amazing how this sticks really well to your fingers. Again, it's on my finger. Come on, there you go. Oh, and my daughter did not have her female cat she got fixed. So, of course, it got pregnant and had kittens. They didn't need the cats they had. Now they got kittens. She says they're as cute as can be. I understand kittens are cute as can be. But, oh, you got to find homes for them now. You've got to stop the cycle. You have to get them spayed and neutered in the beginning. That's what stops unwanted and homeless overcrowding in shelters and stuff. Spay and neuter first. Unless they're a special breed now, you know. But still, some breeded dogs with papers don't need to be rebred because they have just been too bred, and then that's when they start having all kinds of kidney and hip and everything else problems because they've been overbred. So, okay, no more on that soapbox. Okay. Okay, there's that one. And then let's go ahead and trim this, even though it's not set up very long. It's been long enough. Okay. not fitting in my little scrap hole. Ooh, I gotta restuff some paper towels in my fireplace thing. I feel a big old draft. Okay, much better. You know, I told you I sit next to a wood-burning fireplace. And it has, you know, like vent holes up top. And that's where all the air comes and it blows straight from the chimney. That's part of the problem why we don't use it much, is because it sucks how it's put in. It sucks too much air off the roof and it just like blows it right in, which, you know, is nice on semi-good days. But man, when it's like freezing outside and that stuff is just blowing in on you, ooh, it's cold. So I took paper towels. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 of them stuffed inside these things. And I'm guessing the wind had just blew them out because they were kind of hanging on the ledge. And I could just feel cold air blowing straight at me. So, but yeah. I mean, my husband bought a vent thing. Then he bought some electric starter thing for, and just bad idea. Anyway, wood burning fireplaces are designed to have a straight chimney flue thing, and ours has 1, 2, 3 angles. No. All right, so my time's up. Let's glue these bad boys in. We're just in time. All right, so we're going to glue this back one. Just doing the 3 sides. I think I need a little more glue on that side. All right. And we'll put this down here. And just line it up with our top page. Okay, so that allows us to have this back pocket. And then we're going to come in and glue this one here, here, and on the side. And that will give us our front pocket. So we have a crisscross pocket. And you just want to line it up with your paper's edges so they all match and line up. And there you go. And this would work if you had, you know, some 4 by 4.5 inch or 4.5 by 4.5 inch scraps. You can make crisscross pockets out of that too. And like I said, the back will lay down flat when we put another page on there. But there you go. That is, we're up to page 7 of our base page journal of our altered student planner journal. I've lost my little thingy. Okay, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this has helped some of you that's wanted to do this, but kind of was a little scared because, like I said, my directions weren't that clear in the beginning, and I'm hoping they're a little clearer now. So I will see y'all tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing some of your time with me. Thanks for your love, your support, and lots of kisses, lots of love. And just rest in peace, Randy. I know you're in a better place. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.